Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 5. I know we've made it big time because someone wants to build a space casino in orbit. Yes. And it's going to be a monster. It's going to be a big old casino. It's got to have 24 lights on it, 4 asteroids, 350,000 meters above Kerbin, has to have 100 crew capacity, and a docking node. So, two docking nodes, excuse me. So, it's gonna be a doozy. We're not gonna build it all at one time. In fact, the thing we're gonna do in preparation for this space casino is hold a space camp. Because what better way to get people ready to work in a casino than to hold a space camp? And so we're going to bring 15 tourists into a long-term orbital training facility. Some will join our space program when they return. That sounds good. All right, so we need the candidates to come into orbit. We need a pilot, an engineer, and a scientist, and the crew has to be experience level 2 for at least one of them. We'll have to have all 15 tourists on board. They will orbit Kerbin at 75K for 40 days, and then we got to bring them back home. That should be pretty easy. So let's do that. It may be time for us to update the research center so we can start getting tier 8 research, because I may need some of these bigger rocket engine parts to get the monstrosity of the casino in there. Not sure, but it sounds like something that might be a good idea. We'll also might use some of these robotic parts so that we can make some cool light features on the casino, but that's for later. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and update. I got plenty of money, right? So let's go ahead and upgrade the research center. Now that's half my money. Let's go back in here and go ahead and get this next level of research for the engines. At least we'll get the skiff and the wolfhound. That's 550. And then we'll get high performance fuel systems for some additional tanks as well. Get that. All right. Now to the build. We're going to build something that can house 15 space tourists and hold a little space camp. And then the next episode, we'll start in with the space casino. Let's get started. All right, let's see if we can get this monster into the sky. This rocket's gonna flip. I just know it. It's so top heavy. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe how top heavy this rocket is. It's just it's nuts. There's no way this thing's gonna fly. But I've got all the crew loaded up. I've got Bumbo the engineer, Sean the scientist, Scott the pilot, and then we've got our new Kerbal, Adrian, who he's gonna attend the space camp too, since he's never been on any flights. And then we've got all of our tourists who are going to be future employees in the casino, I am assuming. So this is the space camp, the training for the future space casino. We're going to take them up. We're going to let them train for 40 days and hopefully get back safely. Oh my. This is going to end in a disaster. I'm just certain. I'm just certain. All right, we're going to get prepped for launch. Everybody is ready, all strapped in. Our staging is all correct. I would assume that's a pretty strong assumption, considering I've already found something wrong. All right, ready for launch in 3, 2, 1, launch. Holy smokes. Did you hear the sound of that? That was amazing. That was amazing. We're gonna have plenty of fuel to make our adjustments here. All right, we're in an orbit. So what's the rule for the space camp? A pilot, an engineer, a scientist, crew experience level 2, at least 1, 15 passengers, orbit above 75. Okay, so it doesn't matter if we're at 75K or not, as long as we're above 75K, which we are. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our apoapsis, however, and I'm going to get our orbit circularized here, just so it looks nice and neat. And then we're going to do some space camp activities. Woohoo! What are we going to do first for our first spacewalk? Well, Bumbo here is going to do an EVA. He's our engineer. Do you have... He does not have the drill. So let's move him down here. And let's go back in here. Let's see who has the drill here. Scott? Do you have the drill? Yes, he does. Okay, can I transfer that to Bumbo? Let's switch back to Bumbo. Oops. Bumbo, you got the drill now? Yes, he does. Okay. Scott, you can go back in. Alright, Bumbo. He's going to teach Adrian a little something about how to install some stuff. So let's grab an antenna. Actually, let's do a battery first. Let's get a battery. Pop it into Bumbo's inventory, or Adrian's inventory. No. Bumbo's inventory? No. Can't pop it anywhere. Can't pop it like it's hot. I think something is interfering with my... I think KISS is interfering with the construction thing here. Like the buttons aren't lining up here. So I was going to install some batteries here. I can't do it for some reason. So, something screwy here. Something screwy. Too heavy. Bring more Kerbals. What? That tiny little antenna's too heavy? Yeah, something's conflicting here between KISS and CAS, and I did see that KISS was requiring an update, but we'll just pretend that we installed something for Adrian to see, and that he is now a master at doing things like that. Alright. Alright, you go ahead and get on board. We'll let Scott transfer over to the hitchhiker over here. Okay. And then we're going to get Adrian here. He's going to go fly a little bit. So he's going to learn to fly. This is part of the space camp. Learning to fly. Turn this knob to turn the ship. Turn this knob to turn on RCS. It's really loud, but we can turn it off. There you go. Good job, Adrian. You have now piloted a spacecraft. You're an expert. Now we just have to wait for 40 days. Alright, after 40 days, all of the students are fully trained, including Adrian. And now we are ready to bring them back home, I think. There we go. Now we got to recover the Kerbals. And that's all we got left. Alright, so let's take a look and see where the Space Center is. Of course, it's nighttime. The Space Center. Where'd it go? Oh, that's the desert airfield. Here we are on the... These clouds are obscuring everything for me. Okay. Maybe I'm just dumb. Alright, let's go ahead and warp over here. Alright, and then we're going to get ready to reorbit with this thing. And it's going to be tricky. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. I would love to just leave this thing up here and come and get the Kerbals a little at a time, but I think we'll bring it back home just to see if we can bring it back home. Huh? But first, let's get Bumbo out on EVA. And we're going to put Adrian back over where he belongs. Adrian? No, it wasn't Bumbo. That wasn't. Scott needs to go on EVA. Okay. Bumbo, you can go back. Go ahead and board. And then we can transfer Scott. No, Adrian. Back over to here. There we go. And then we can switch back over to Scott. He can come back over to the shuttle. Adrian will help guide these guys back home, even though there doesn't need a pilot, but they'll need somebody to take control of some actions. Okay. In fact, I probably should have put a Probodobodon on there, shouldn't I? Am I going to be able to pop the chutes on this thing even? I want a quick save just in case. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and decrease my orbit so that we can go ahead and detach this now. Alright. We're going to go ahead and inflate the heat shield. Alright. We're going to turn around so that we are facing the correct direction. And we're going to turn on RCS, even though it is loud. I'm going to turn it on to hold us into position as we re-enter. And let's see what happens. Oh, darn. The old flipperoonie again. Bye-bye, engine. I may just leave the heat shield attached until after I pop the chutes. Then we'll detach it, let it fall away when we're falling a little slower, maybe. Definitely don't need the extra heat from it. There we go. That's better. Alright. Is there any way to land with the hijackers at the bottom? Let's jettison this heat shield as well. Well, I know it might absorb some shock, but I'd like to avoid this thing blowing up if possible. So I'd like less weight on here. In fact, if we could detach this after we've popped the chutes here, let's decouple a node there. Alright, so that's separate. That's falling at 5.8, and this is falling at 4.6. Alright, I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to be good. Adrian's going to pilot this thing home, and Scott will bring this one home here. Okay. Come on down. I think this is going to turn out just fine. Just fine. Don't blow up. Alright, you're fine. Okay, so that one's down. And let's see if we can bring Adrian down separately. He's coming down nice and slow, so hopefully I'll just sit down all nice and gentle. Bonk, bonk, bonk. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. There you go. Quit rolling. There you go. Quit being a rolling stone here. There you go. You're fine. Woohoo! Did it. Alright. No science. No money. No reputation. Did I get the... Oops. Did I get the contract at least? Yes. This was a great success. We've got a new pilot, engineer, and scientist ready for future missions. Great. We held a space camp. Fantastic. Now can we get Bumbo and them back here? Look over that. Alright. Very good. Awesome. Good job, everybody. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this space camp. Not much to it, really. I was hoping for a little bit more, but, you know, it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure and hit that like button. Next episode, we will build a space casino. Hope to see you then. Bye.
Going up beyond the air in this crazy rocket fair. Now I'm at the apogee. Uh-oh, now comes gravity. Is Kerbin really a big sphere? Will it simply disappear? Now I don't see a flat earth, but I've known it since my birth. There are complications, no delta V. I gotta make it to the KSC. Jeb done burn up all his stash. I gotta help him not to crash. Complications, no delta V. I gotta make it to the KSC. Jeb already popped his shoots. Think I'm gonna puke. Gravity, no escaping. Gravity, gravity, no escaping. Not for free, ships fall down. Hit the ground. Make an angry sound. Every time orbits aren't around, plan a mission to the moon. Hope we get there very soon. Take a look at all these rocks, makes the surface look like pox. Your complications, no delta V. Hope we make it to the KSC. Jeb done burn up all his stash. I gotta help him not to crash. For complications, no delta V. We gotta make it to the KSC. Jeb already popped his shoots. Think I'm gonna puke. Gravity, no escaping. Gravity, gravity, no escaping. Not for free, ships fall down. Hit the ground. Make an angry sound. Every time orbits aren't around. God. Kerbals wait by the window, vaguely looking down at their sob, and hoping possibly Jebediah will come home with some rock from Minmus or the moon. Maybe he'll come home soon. Was never what it once was, shouldn't really fly anymore. Either as if an answer with a sound like blowing up your ears. Ship precious through